I'm a Section 8 baby. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like basically the government pays for you to survive.
Yeah.
You know, like.
So you were about 30.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. 5 years, you became a millionaire?
Yeah.
Once you set the goal at 24, 25, 5 years.
I made $1 million in my first year.
Nice.
In business.
And what was that business? Welcome back to the show, guys. Digital Social Hour. I'm your host, Sean Kelly. Got an awesome guest for you guys today, Mike Barron.
What up, baby? Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Got to bring the fire,
dude. Listen. I'm gonna be. I'm a nice person, but I'm gonna be. This is gonna be the best interview that we done.
Sometimes you got to do that to get a message out there.
I'm just saying. So let's get it.
So talk to me about your come up, man. I know you grew up in Section 8. I know that was tough on you. Talk to me about that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm a Section 8 baby. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like basically the government pays for you to survive.
Yeah.
You know, like your rent's $100. You get government cheese, government assistance. So my mom had me at 16 years old. Single mom, no daddy. I grew up in the hood, grew up ghetto as right? I'm up. I'm OCD, ADHD. I'm just a knucklehead kid. Just terrorizing the classrooms. I exit elementary school. I become an athlete. I play football. I wrestle. I go to high school. So I'm 39 years old. So I was born in '84, and at that time, I wanted to be rough. I wanted to be a gangster. My influences were Tupac and Biggie and Blood In, Blood Out, American Me. I wanted to be like that.
Yeah.
So by the time I walk into high school, I'm a 2-time felon. I'm rolling around with guns and robbing, jack. I'm not trying to, that's not cool. That I'm not trying to glorify it, but I had a lot of problems growing up. In 6th grade, I had like top 3% lowest scores in the state test. I was up, man. That's how I grew up. Yeah.
And what was that life-changing moment for you where you were like, I need to get my together?
Yeah. So I'm in corporate now. I'm like 24, 25 years old, and Sean, I get hooked up on personal development. I get a book from my friend who was my coworker, Keisha, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I read that book. I'm like, dude, what? Like, I need more of this. I go to YouTube, how to become successful, how to become great, how to become a millionaire. I find Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. So I'm listening to that. I become religious on that. Then I end up finding Grant Cardone, who I actually end up working with. And I was doing at one point, man, and Dad, you quick, bro. We jumping in quick. At one point, I was doing more personal development than anybody in the city of San Diego, in the state. like I was going to sleep on personal development.
Yeah.
I was showering on personal development. I turned my car into a university. Everything in my, I was a loser, bro, in my 20s. And by the time I got hooked up on personal development, I became so cheesy where I'm like, how you doing, Mike? Great. How you doing? Awesome. And then I made a decision in my mid-20s. I'm like, nah, this. I'm not gonna eat dirt no more. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna become a multimillionaire. And we've been working on it ever since.
And what age did you get that first mill up?
That's a good question. I'm looking at it. I made $1 million in my first year in business. That was 2015.
So you were about 30.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick. 5 years, you became a millionaire?
Yeah.
Once you set the goal at 24, 25, took you 5 years.
I made $1 million in my first year in business.
And what was that business?
So I used to build websites back in the day. I used to be a dog breeder, and my websites were like ranked on Google top 2, top 3. So I used to get blown up.
Nice.
So I'm like, I'm sitting on this skill set that I have, and I'm like, I need to do something with this. So I got laid off on my job, whatever. I'll tell my wife Diana, I'm like, nah, I ain't never gonna go back to, like no one could ever take the rug from me again. So I'm gonna do my deal, and I'm gonna start my own business. She's like, can you do that? I'm like, yeah. I was like, what do you think? She's like, I support you. So I started building websites, and my websites, in the very beginning, I was selling websites for like $50, $100, $200, $300. And then later, I closed Conor McGregor that year.
How'd you close him?
I called for a year.
You called him?
Yeah.
How'd you get his number?
So you can go to GoDaddy and do GoDaddy reverse search.
Yeah.
And then you'll find out if they don't have it protected, you'll find out who the domain is registered to. So I found this name and this number. The name and the number was his manager. So I called his ass for a year.
Wow.
I harassed him. The auditory, his manager, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and I'm calling him. Nope, not interested. Called him again. Mike, like I told you last week, I'm not interested. I kept hitting him. He was in Orange County. I'm in San Diego.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'm going to be in Orange County next week, man. You want some donuts? Hey, dude, I'm going to be in Orange County in 2 weeks. You guys want some coffee? Hey, dude, I'm going to be in Orange County. You guys want some lunch? I just kept tapping him over and over. Every time there was a Conor event, I'd FaceTime him. Hey, what's up, Audie? Which is his manager.
Yeah.
Hey, man, dude, we're here for the Conor fight. We're pumped up, man. Hey, we wish you the best. But what I know is that every time I hit him, he would hit me back. Even though I was getting a pause, he would always hit me back. So the data I got when I worked at Grants was that if you have a cell phone with the cat, you can always do business with him or her. Like regardless, it could take a day, it could take a year, it could take 10 years. So I kept following up with them. So my first year I signed Conor McGregor. We signed up Patrick Bet-David, who's a big, we did Patrick Bet-David's website. We did PHP's website. I just talked to his team 2 days ago.
Wow.
In fact, his number 2 just texted me this morning. We signed up a Solar City deal. So yeah, that's how I made my first meal, building websites, man.
And how did you get good building them? Just watching videos on YouTube?
I'm naturally I'm artistic. So you could be formally trained, or you could go to school. I have what people will call the eye. I had the eye for beauty. So I knew what was beautiful, what was aesthetic, and what wasn't.
Yeah.
Dog, I was doing Wix websites, drag and drop. Wix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Conor McGregor's website was like on Wix.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And you got diagnosed with ADHD, right? At a young age?
Yeah.
So do you think that helped you, or do you think it was like a hindrance?
Nah, bro, it's a gift.
Yeah?
It's a gift.
Why do you think so?
It's a, so like what society does, Sean, is like he's hyper, or he's compulsive, or she's X. Let's just name this and say what you are, because you're a little bit different. Like here's 30 kids in the classroom, and 2 are hyperactive, and 2 are compulsive, or they're different. So let's give them a pill to calm them down, whatever. So for me, in elementary school, I was so OCD, ADHD. I knew I played video games. So I played Mortal Kombat. I played all the arcade games. I knew every character, and I knew every bio and realm. I knew exactly like their moves. I knew like there's 16 characters. I knew every move. So I just took my ADHD and applied it towards that. My dad told me too. My dad told me when I was like 5th grade, he's like, hey, if you took your talent and apply it towards school, you'd be a straight A student. So what I did, today as a 39-year-old man, is I took my OCD, ADHD, and I just applied that towards business.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm obsessed with it. I'm hyperactive still.
I remember they tried telling me I had it in like 4th grade. They wanted to put me on meds.
Did they?
And the one thing I love about my mom is she said no to it.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid, I was like, oh, I'm so upset. Like I wanted to be on those meds. And it's like, they brainwash you,
How old are you, man?
I'm 26.
Oh, you young as bro.
Yeah. But no, they tried telling me just because I was like different, I guess.
Dog, listen, dude, I remember being in 1st grade And I remember sitting down in the with the principal and the school nurse, with the teacher, with my mom and my stepdad are like, your son, like now they can't really push that on you. It's like illegal now.
Oh yeah.
They're, you can't do that in California at least. And they're like, your son, he has these disorders, and what I'm saying, like
7 years old and they're self-diagnosing. They're like diagnosing kids.
And I don't want to say nothing, but that's weird, bro.
Super weird. It's like they're pushing it almost.
Take this drug.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, like that boy 7. Take the drug though.
Yeah.
So that way he can act normal.
They want you to fit in with everyone else, so they give you drugs.
No, it's dumb as.
It's terrible.
It's horrible, bro.
So you basically manifested everything you set out. You believe in manifestation?
Okay. So let's talk about that. Okay, so this is what I know. So they go like this. You got some big hitters, showing up on your show. So they go like this. Thoughts are things. Okay, so Sean, this is what I know to be true. Here's some real game right here. Okay, so what I know to be true right now is that everything starts off with a thought. Okay, so I don't believe that this little character right here that looks like you in this beautiful studio and that $35,000 camera and this beautiful desk that costs $10,000 or more, and this I don't think none of this happened by chance. I'm checking into the Wynn Hotel and they're like, "Sir, why are you here?" I have a podcast, and they're like, "Oh, you're going to the Blue." They're talking about you. None of this happened by chance. So what I know is that I got a framework, and it goes like this. Number 1, thoughts create actions. Thoughts create actions. I want a burger. I'm gonna get my in the car and go get a burger. I want a podcast. That's my thought. I'm gonna go start creating a podcast. I want a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I'm gonna go on Tinder, whatever the.
Yeah.
So thoughts, Sean, create actions. Actions create results, and results shape your reality. I'll give you an example. Okay, so my wife hit me right now. She's like, "Hey, I know you got this big podcast right now. Go crush it. Go give them your all." So now, 14 years ago, I seen this Mexican girl at Circle K. I was like, I like that. Like, that was my thought. I like this girl. That was my thought. I took an action. I went up to her, I asked her out, got her phone number. You like to go dance? You want to eat some good food? I got some sort of result. I met that girl and we hung out. We had a good time. I felt like I known her my whole life. So that was my thought. That was my action. I got a result. My reality is that we got 2 babies and 1 on the way, and we've been together 14 years, and we created a life that's, it's pretty amazing. So what I'm saying is that whether it's a studio or the wind's like, let me put this beautiful rug that costs $10,000 or less. It all started with a thought. When did you think about creating the studio?
Filming here?
Yeah. When you're like, we're going to go to the Wynn and we're going to
before I even started my show, I wanted to film here.
Okay. So you thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So watch this. Let me give you a little bit more. Once upon a time, 3,500 years ago, 5,000 years ago, there was a in Cairo, Egypt, and it's hot as and he's like, yeah, I got it. I got it. We are gonna put the world's biggest structures that have ever been right here, and we're gonna put them in shape of pyramids, and we're gonna bury the pharaohs in there. And it's going to be the most amazing structures that man has ever seen. Before the came up, it was a thought.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like it was, like there was one, like dude, there was one guy or one woman, probably a guy. I hate to say probably. There was a one that said, yeah, we're building this right here. So my lead up to all this is that if that's real for you. Okay, like it's real for me. If you can control your thoughts, you can control your reality. Thoughts create actions, actions create results, results shape reality. There's people that we can talk to right now that's in college, Hey, Amanda, how you feeling about your test? I don't know. I'm good at math. I'm good at history. I'm good at X, but I'm not really good at Spanish. Her thought is she's not good at Spanish. Her action, she's not good at Spanish. Her result, guess what? It's not that her reality, she's not good at Spanish. She got a C minus.
Yeah.
So what happened for me was I started lying to myself. I started making up stories that just served me. I'm a millionaire. I'm a billionaire. I'm successful. I have Lamborghinis. I live in an affluent area. People love me. I attract good people to my life. I attract money. I have at cause over my. So it starts with a thought. But you know what this is though.
You're manifesting it.
It's manifestation, but it's principle. That's how this world works. That's how all this works. Like there ain't no way we're in this beautiful $1 million, multi-million-dollar facility if you and your crew are not like, yep,
right.
It's gonna be blue light, it's gonna be the magic or red Komodo, and we're gonna have monitors right here, and the guests are gonna be vetted, and they're gonna be big hitters, and we're gonna have this big, 40 feet, 50 feet. It was a thought.
Yeah.
So if you can control your thoughts, you can control your reality.
So do you actually believe you could control all your thoughts? Because there's a lot of people that say that's not possible.
Yeah. So yes, but here's the deal. It's like I go to the gym at 5 a.m. In the beginning, it's I get an alarm clock 4:30. I can go back. So as soon as you have a negative thought, you just hush it and replace it with a positive thought, and you take action. Like let's say like a single. We're in Vegas, a lot of pretty people here. Okay, some dudes out here, looking good, and they're single, right? They're at the club, and they want to go talk to the little pretty girl. Okay, what if she says no? What if I get embarrassed? What if she don't like me? Dude, you got to put intention on every thing. I'm gonna go there. We're gonna make a connection. She's beautiful. We're gonna dance. I'm gonna buy her a drink. I'm gonna whatever. So as soon as you have that voice of I'm not sure, or I don't know, or mate, you gotta keep that and replace that with something that serves you.
Wow, that's powerful, because a lot of people get those thoughts and they just eat at them.
Yeah, but the people that do that, they ain't worked on themselves yet.
Yeah, they don't take action.
They ain't worked themselves yet, dude. The guaranteed way to success is personal development. That's a guaranteed way. Okay, for me, it took 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I done touched Inc. 5000, 332, fastest growing companies in America. I done bought, and I ain't trying to act all cute and cool and shit. I done bought 6 supercars in the last
Flex
18 months. Man. Yeah, I'm about to go get an Aventador this weekend. I done bought 6 Lamborghinis in the last year and a half. And that's so far from where I come from, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why I tell you that story is because I had to work on this. I had to feel good about me. I had to love me. And now where I'm at in my life is that it's expected. I'm expected to walk into the win and get greeted by the best valet driver. I'm expected to go to the front desk and know exactly everything about my situation, and there's no stops. I'm expected to meet you and create an incredible, connection. I'm expected to go to the buffet and get no wait. Like, I've made up a fake thing that's not true. But what I'm saying is I had to work on myself. So the guaranteed way to success is personal development, and the quickest way is proximity. So that want to come up, they gotta go meet you.
Yeah, they
got to get to the source. They got to rub your elbow. They got to touch you.
Yeah.
So that's what I had to go through, because most people watching this ain't grow up rich.
So you said you grew up in a rough neighborhood, and you talked about proximity. Did you cut off all the people you grew up with?
Ooh. Okay, so 28, 29 years old, I call Grant's office. I'm already listening to Grant Cardone. I'm listening to 5 to 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
All day long, 7 days a week. I call his podcast, right? And I'm like, yo, I just got laid off, and I'm going through these interviews, and I find myself having to turn myself down because I'm scaring people. Like I'm too much. I said, what do you recommend? And he was like, don't turn it down, dude. Get it in a vehicle, that could channel that kind of energy. So I went over there, and I got into that system, and I leveled the up, really hard, right? So when I came back, I was only there for 4 months. When I came back, I was kind of a different person. I looked at the world different, right? So the reason why I tell you that story is just, we're talking about what? Development.
Yeah.
We're talking about proximity. A lot of people, Sean, they don't a lot of people want these nights. Like, okay, watch this. 100% of people have desire. Casey, what do you want? He's out there. I want to retire my mom. Miguel, what do you want? My boy right out there. I want a Bentley. Hey, Henry, video guy, what do you want? I want to be happy. I want to live on the lake. 100% of people have desire, and only 2% of people have ambition. It's almost like a gift. It's like, so I was selling candy at a young age. So I want to come up. They want to make it. Like, you can do it, but you got to make a decision. You got to, like, that are really killing the game. They moving different than the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Okay. What I say? I woke up at the gym at 5 a.m. Dog, I've been a night out my whole life. It's a to wake up at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. It's like if you really want to get that, then you're gonna have to do the that nobody wants to do.
Right. So
peep game though. To your question, so I came back from grants. I'm 29 years old, and Sean, I'm like hanging. My boys from junior high. It's DR. It's Gonzo. It's Ernbo. It's Justin Teague. These are like my peoples. We used to, go to jail with each other. We used to fight with each other. It's like, these are my peoples. So we become 19, 20, 21. They all have wives. The kids are all the same age. And what I used to do with these was get faded, smoke some rap, even though we don't rap. We freestyling in the garage. The wives hang out with each other. Yeah. And cook some meat. And, now we're breaking up some carne asada. So when I came back from Grant's office, I came back and I was displaced. I was like, so me, like, I'm good with people, man. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, Fabian, hey, Ernbo, hey, Gonzo, let's barbecue this weekend. Hey, the Super Bowl's at my house. Hey, the UFC fight, let's do. I'm like the guy. I'm like the glue that just put it together. I'm the connector. Yeah. That's just me, right? So one time, I must have been back from Grants about 4 or 5 months, and I'm sitting down and I'm talking to my peoples, and one of my boys was like, "Hey, Mike, chill. Like, we ain't working right now." And I'm like, I've got this website company, and I got this operation, and we're about to sign up Conor McGregor, and it's great. And hey, Mike, chill. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do, bro, but you don't have to impress us, bro. We ain't working right now. Like, chill. And what happened was I was like so happy about creating, and the that are with were like, dude, stop. Like, and I was out of place. So I end up going to the backyard, and I was just playing football with the kids. It was like 8 o'clock at night. My wife didn't see me for about an hour or two. She's like, I've been looking for you. Where you at? And I'm like, no, I'm just ready to go. She's like, what? Like, because they know I'm a wild party and life of the party type. And I was just like, yeah, I'm just ready to go. So I bounce, and everyone's looking at me like, is everything okay? I bounce. So I'm telling my wife on the way home, I'm just like, I don't fit in here no more. And it's not like those are bad. It's like I changed. Right. And what I want to do was talk about creating. What I want to do is have high level conversations. What I want to do is talk about influence humanity. What I want to do is talk about getting paper. What I want to talk about was just being the best versions of ourselves. And I'm smoking, I'm drinking, I'm doing rap for a decade, and now I'm on some different. It didn't work. So it was a weird. It was like I turned the page in the chapter, and I was like, man, I'm gonna let it go. But either way, I'm gonna be here, and if my people need me, I'm gonna pull up and support. but in a weird way, bro, it's like it was never the same.
Yeah, no,
It's tough, bro.
It is. I ask every successful person that question because it's something they have to deal with.
So you hear that answer sometimes?
Yeah, most people end up having to cut them off because they're almost holding them back. And
Right.
It's nothing vengeful against that person,
Yeah.
but they need to move on, you know?
But it's up though.
It's up because you grew up with them.
It's up because like, now I start hearing some little snickers like, oh, Mike too good. Oh, Mike's successful now. Oh, Mike don't pull up because he got this, and it's not even that.
Yeah,
it's not. It's definitely not that. And it's like what I know is that if you want to get to the next, like right now where I'm at, I'm touching 8 figures. I know I have to shed something or get something up to get the next.
Right.
And at that point that I just described, I had to give up hanging out with the homies, smoking, drinking, just to get to the next. And it hurts, man.
Yeah.
It hurts. And I had a vision too. I had a vision. So I live in a multi-million-dollar house. And, my life pretty good. I had a vision where I'm like, okay, I live in the nicest. You said you not been to San Diego?
Haven't.
You know about La Jolla?
Heard of it.
Okay, so La Jolla is like the most luxurious spot in the city. So I already own the most beautiful home in Mount Soledad, which is in La Jolla.
Yeah.
So I got a vision where I'm 39, 43 now, living in this house, and I bring back DR and Gonzo and Ernbo and Justin Teague and I spoil them. But I also have a vision where I'm so far removed where it's like, who the is this guy? But like that was, I was like, I want to like, okay, so we doing this. I want to go be a representation for our group, and let me go into the wilderness. Let me go chop down trees and go create, and we're going to reconvene.
Yeah,
but it's
no, it's wild. It's something we got to deal with, but got to move on and evolve, man. Like you said, you got to give up something to get to the next level.
You have to, man.
Yeah, and sometimes it's your old childhood best friends, but that's what life's about, I guess, if you want to level up.
Yeah.
I saw you got pulled over by the cops on your social media in your Lambo. 6 cops pulled you over. What happened?
So Sean, for me, is like, when I say I walked out of high school 2 felonies, I was on some gangster type shit, and I've always had a chip on my shoulder where like I don't belong here. You know what I'm saying? Like I got this, I carry this. So like in Croc Middle School, I was like Mr. Popular, class clown, yearbook, everybody loves me. And I was terrorizing classrooms. Instead of going to Madison High School where I'm supposed to go feed into, my parents were like, nah, you too bad. Go to UC High School. Go with the surfer kids. I didn't fit in with the surfer kids. I didn't like the surfer kids. I wanted to be a street kid. So I went here and I'm like, okay, nobody likes me. I'm not as popular as I was. And I'm like, you know what? I don't give a f***. Y'all gonna like me and respect me regardless. So when I went to that high school, I used to pull up with my thug ass friends to the high school, and I'm just like, yeah, we taking over this whole shit. Like the house party, we taking over. I'm pulling up 20 deep with some street guys, right? So with that, I've carried. I was scared to go in Louis Vuitton. I was scared to go to Gucci. I was scared to walk in Lamborghini. I used to go to La Jolla, like in Del Mar, like seeing these mansions. I'm like, man, these. They're not good. They're not cool people like me. They're not good people like. So I've had this. I'm like Robin Hood, and Robin Hood says, "Take from the rich and give to the poor." And I don't give a f***. I'm Robin Hood. I'm gonna take information from the rich and give to the poor. So I still to this day, like, dog. I woke up to this. It's nothing. I woke up by 2 a.m. this morning. I got a wire for $30,000, $27,000.
Wow.
And I'll f*** around and go get another $27,000 before 5 o'clock, and I'll do it again tomorrow. Like I'm out here printing money. I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've always felt like either an underdog or a cat that has a rock on his shoulder. And I'm gonna answer your question. So I go, I bought these Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
So I get a VIP to the Lamborghini joint. You know, I'm here drinking the champagne, eating the hors d'oeuvres. Somehow, some way, I make my way out to the valet. Sir, what do you do? Sir, nice car, sir. I'm like, bro, don't call me sir, bro. Hey, so what? So what? How do you do what you're doing? I said, listen, come here, man. It's 3 valet guys. I'm in La Jolla. I said, let me tell you something, bro. Don't get it up. The only difference between these and you and I is that, and I ain't going to my. I always, like, I'm not gonna go talk to the that's worth 100 million, and I will, because I'm good, because I'm a chameleon like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to the valet drivers and go raise them up. So when I got pulled over by the police, to answer your question, I'm just like, yeah, you know, I'm a good person today. You know, I don't beat my kids and you know, I've been with my wife 14 years and you know, I don't do no drugs. I don't snort no in my nose. I try to be a decent human being.
Yeah.
And I said, man, even still then, these, you know, got 500,000 and they still want 500,000 car. They still want to pull my ass over. So I still got that chip on my shoulder. Like, I'm still from the dirt.
Yeah. You started recording it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, it's what it is. But, you know, but it's like how you handle it, which is different. I ain't pissed off and doing it.
Yeah. You stayed calm.
Yeah. I use my communication now because I'm really skilled now.
Yeah. What'd they get you for? Speeding?
Nah, these get me for these are like, just see me in the driveway and I get pulled over and they're just like,
oh, you were in the driveway?
Yeah, I'm in the parking lot and they're like, hey, show me your registration. And I'm just like, okay, for what? And they're just like, yeah, you know, it's a weirdo, bro. Yeah. It's almost like reverse racism. Like got the nicest
jealousy,
shit now.
Right?
Yeah,
jealous. Yeah.
But you know that you know, there's good cops and there's bad cops, but they got to stop that.
Right.
You're just making society hate you. Like,
for sure.
I'm just in the parking lot doing nothing, filming content.
That's wild.
Let me see your registration. Like, bro, get the out of my face, bro. You
damn, Mike, what are you working on next, man? And where can people find you?
Okay, so next one I'm working on is this. So I have 100 people on my team, give or take, depending on the week. My main thing is Mike Barron's Closure Academy. So I'm an internet guy. Right now, I'm acquiring companies. I just took over a dog training business. I'm a 50% equity owner. I just took over a fitness business. I'm a 50% equity owner. So I'm taking my systems and my processes and putting them into, you know, different businesses.
Nice.
But so I'm opening up an office in LA in 2 weeks, and I'm creating a sales unit. I got some of my bros out here. I'm opening up an office in Las Vegas between now and the end of the year, and then I'm opening up an office in Miami Q1 2024. So I'm just expanding.
Nice.
You know, I'm just growing. And where can people find me? Follow me on Instagram, the Mike Barron 1. I got some jokes. I got some annoying content to get your attention, but I'm a decent person.
You are, man. I think you are. I think you're real. I like that about you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for watching, guys. That was a great episode. Thanks for coming on, Mike. And hope to have you back on one day. All right. Peace.